Oh, I need to turn this fucking down. Intro, bitches. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Where's Wally podcast. This is totally impromptu. Hanging out with the boys, Stone Vet, and MJ.
And MJ in St. Louis. Well, outside of St. Louis, but
we're at my hometown. I'm in town for a funeral. Obviously, not happy with all that, but hey, listen, happens to everybody. So good vibes.
Good vibes, man.
You know, hanging out with friends and doing our thing. So we've just been hanging out and having a good time. Watch the Cards game down the street.
9 in a row.
9 in a row. 9 in a row, baby.
City is not doing 9 in a row.
No.
City?
No.
Not
That
at
is
all.
suck.
Not even close.
What is City right now?
Oh no, you don't want
Oh,
to.
It's not.
It's not 14th. It's not 13th. I think it's 12. You have to be like top 9 to get into the playoff there.
God, it was so
Monty
bad.
says hi to MJ. By
Yeah,
the way.
you
He's
can't
in the studio running his podcast tonight. So shout out to the Montgomery.
All right.
One of my boys from high school. Haven't seen him in years. He came to the viewing. He's like, I have a podcast. I'm like, I have a podcast too. And that was super cool. And so like he's like, you're coming on mine. I'm like, hell yeah, I am. I invited him when we came in at my parents' house. We used to sneak out of here. Like I've had rope ladders from my bedroom on the upper level, like tied to the bed, and I would like rope ladder down to the ground level just to go smoke cigarettes. You know, like it's like it was totally not. Oh God! Now my ex is here, and
look at it.
Why are you doing this to me?
Oh, that's funny.
Is that a Snapchat?
Yeah.
Oh.
Gay chat.
Snapchat's so weird. But yeah, you know, we're having a good time hanging out. I don't even know why I picked up my phone. What was I going to do on my phone?
I was going to look up the city's
City's record. Yeah.
Because they like only won 2 games.
City's
shit.
record,
That's going to fuck us up. Yeah. Turn that off. Yeah.
So MLS standings, that's where I would go. And yeah.
Where are we at?
13th place out of 15.
13 out of 15. Not so good.
Well, if you flip it backwards, then we're doing pretty good. But
what do you think of João Klaus?
2 wins, 4 draws, 6 losses. And João Klaus, he's a tall Yankee Brazilian that's just simply like not used for his purpose.
So
he used to be that guy. Well, first off, like I'd say the first season he was in the house.
Yeah,
the one where my jersey's from. He basically 5 of his goals were like, very. They were called like pass backs, so they were giving like 5 freebies, and like Klaus had like most of those.
Yeah,
so, like I don't think he really was the great goal scorer in that first season. I think it's more or less like maybe 2 or 3 less.
I feel like I can't tell when he does this. He definitely does some sublime shit with the ball.
Yeah,
and they're
having him pass more, and that's what's interesting right now.
His lankiness fools it because it looks like he's just kind of lumbering around.
He had very poor dribbling skills, I think, the first year or 2. So he was luckily able to be the tall guy to pump the ball in with his head.
Yeah,
and that's how they got a lot of goals too. So he's now doing more of the dribbling because he has to. In fact, he's been playing a lot of defense because that's what this.
He has been okay. So I haven't watched maybe 3 games I've watched.
Yeah,
and he's definitely playing more D. He's definitely kind of more involved. But we have no offense.
No.
It's ridiculous.
Well, yeah, there's like usually 6 center backs playing at the same time. So 11 players. One of them has to be a goalie. So it's like one goalie, six center backs, and really what they're really called. And then you have like 3 guys on offense.
Wait, are you talking about soccer?
No,
Yeah.
man. No, we're not talking about that girl.
Jay, you're gonna die in your sleep tonight.
Fantastic. I'm looking forward
My
to
son just starting to kill MJ. No
Well, I
big deal.
mean, and then you guys could do a new murder broadcast after this
Oh,
podcast. After that.
Emergency live. My son just killed MJ in his sleep.
It's fucking crazy.
It's crazy right now.
Yeah. You guys wouldn't even get it.
Definitely like and subscribe.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure this is a straight up just murder scene. It's a little odd.
He's definitely not breathing. We tried CPR, but I wasn't going to go mouth to mouth because that's gay.
Yeah. I'm not saving him. That'd be gay.
I'm doing what he would want
Hey,
to.
boy, that's a big one.
So,
That is a
Yeah, soccer bad. It's going to be bad for probably another year.
we were
And then
talking about the XFL.
Oh, yes.
What's that team?
Battlehawks.
Battlehawks.
Battlehawks. Hell yeah, right?
'Cause
Battlehawks.
I had a writer, and he was like, "Do you like football?" I'm like, "Yeah." I mean, I'm more a baseball guy, but yeah, I like football. And he's like, "Dude, XFL better than football. Season tickets, 5 games, DC, $100." And he's like, "Not bad seats either." I'm like, I looked it up and it was like 104. I'm like, "You liar!" But I love you for letting me know. So I'm like, dude, almost anybody can afford 5 games, $104, right?
So my buddy bought for $500, bought 2 tickets to Battlehawks season whatever tickets. I went with him to one, and it was so they play at the home games are in the old Rams,
Right,
the dome,
right.
and so it's like nobody was around us.
Yeah, so
and it was, dude, they had 30,000 people there though. They had 30,000 people there. It was ESPN
at 30,000.
But
right?
what I'm saying is, like, we got low. Sorry, we got low enough. I would have. I mean, those tickets for a Rams game would have been bonkers.
$700-800 a ticket.
Yeah, and so like, man, and then dude, no line to the bathroom, no line. You could walk right up, get a beer. I mean, it was just fucking crazy. And the Battlehawks won, and they're getting national coverage. They're getting ESPN coverage, man. The Battlehawks are where it's at.
In DC, he was telling me, like, hey, dude, he's like, dude, it's full of celebrities. They love it.
Yeah.
I could see it's like, he said basically the same thing. It's like, it's not like a Nats game where, like, between every inning, you're waiting in line the whole time, like, just to get a $27 beer that doesn't taste great and it's cold and it's warm,
Yeah.
He's like, everything like kind of works out really well. So
when I lived in Navy Yard, we had a bunch of the younger players living in the building, but from that rooftop pool, you could see. I mean, they started building shit around it. Now you can't, but you could see into Nats Stadium from our pool.
No shit.
Yeah,
dude.
And then so on this end it was Nats Stadium. On this end it was the Washington Monument and the Capitol.
So you were on the west side, like west side of the stadium. Kind of southwest.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Like, we're just like a block and a half up.
Right.
There's the Beard and Gorsh or something. Anyway, we were just like, yeah, it was nuts living there. That was pretty goddamn incredible.
Safe Sky in the Dome and American Center. That's part of the. Oh yeah.
Yeah, UFL.
Yeah.
I forgot what because they merged the XFL and
I mean the name's changed too, right?
Yeah.
So it's the TWA Dome. Remember that?
Yeah,
oh God, that's a while. That's a long
Dome.
time ago.
The Twat Dome.
Okay. Yeah, buddy, no problem.
TWA Dome then became.
What was okay? Where did we used to go to concerts? Go down 70 past the airport. What was that called? Now it's called something different.
Yeah. No, it was. I was going to say the pavilion. It's not the pavilion. It's the atrium. No.
It is the pavilion. Isn't what we would call it the pavilion?
No, but it was something else. It was Riverport.
Riverport Amphitheater.
There it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Now it's something else. It's like it's always going to be Riverport to me.
Twat Dome again. Yep.
It's like I saw. God, I'm gonna have to look it up. like Gina. Like
Yeah.
actually, I talked to Gina the other day. Like my first girlfriend, like we went to concerts out there all the time, and we're still good friends.
Oh,
you know.
Gina.
She's
Oh no, the Italian chick you were talking about.
no different Gina.
Oh.
yeah.
You've dated 2 Ginas.
3.
Who has
3
Yeah.
Ginas.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. I mean,
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I had,
This
like,
is like 90s and early 2000s.
Is this like a
though.
popular like Hoosier, Illinois name?
No.
Like Gina?
It wasn't.
Gina.
Gina.
Oh, Gina. No, it's
No, I
Gina.
go by Gina.
Popping back on that pogo stick.
Yeah.
No, dude, it was totally random, and
Gina.
it wasn't like sequential, right?
No, I know that would be really,
That would be super weird.
if you happen to date
yeah.
3 Ginas in a row.
Well, they also weren't spelled the same.
I mean, I did 2 Rachels in a row.
Wait, hold on.
That is true.
Okay,
2
hold on a
Sarahs
second.
in a row. Yeah.
Okay, Sarah, I can get with it. Sarah, but like in spelled different. How do the Ginas spelled their name different?
Gina,
Yeah.
Jina, Ginna, or Genena. No,
Wait.
no.
No, hold on.
How would you write Sarah Jean? It was Sarah Jean. Nah.
Jean.
Jean.
Yes.
Nah.
No.
Dude, but that didn't last long. That was like a couple dates and like total.
Still.
Yeah.
You're like, I can't spell your fucking name.
She was from St. Louis and she was just like super weird. Like definitely not my type. Like
Lies.
go on 2 dates and you're
Lies.
like you're in like
What's up, peace?
Peace Dynamo with a purple hand. Ow. Cold food, hot beer. Gotta love that. Yeah, of course, man.
Yeah, the Nat Stadium.
Yeah.
The nice thing when I lived there though is I would take my kids to games all the time. And they like sporting events. Like I took them to a city game and all that. Like they like all that stuff. But God, man, that stadium I fucking hated it. First of all, it's not even cool looking. And then,
well, I don't know about that, man. It depends on which side you're coming in from. If you're coming in from the stairs,
it looks
you're like, oh, look, the DC ghetto.
yeah.
But if you're coming in from the open side where you can see in and you're walking down, not walking up.
Okay, it initially feels like Busch Stadium almost.
Kind of like Busch Stadium, yeah.
But then Busch Stadium, you remember it has like it all over.
Right.
I mean, Busch Stadium. I mean, it's hard to it's tough to compare it to Busch Stadium because Busch Stadium is just one of the best.
It is.
But like,
The original.
I mean, we're not biased.
the original.
We're not biased or anything, but it's
No.
like if you don't like the St. Louis Cardinals, you
So-
can go fuck yourself.
Suck
you
a
know?
dick.
Shit.
Can SV
Shit.
spell SV? No, I can't.
Well, like Nolan. Remember Nolan?
Yeah.
One of my good friends from town. Always been a Cubs fan. And then, like, as we got older, I'm like, this is going to hurt our relationship as friends. Like, there's, like,
We are 100% going to be fighting at some point in our
well,
life.
and then after I met my biological family, like, my dad had a old, like, from the 90s t-shirt and said, God hates the Cubs. And it's got the Cardinal beating the shit out of the Cub. And I'm like, I can replicate this. And I could do it, like, on a pro level, So I made, like, 40 shirts and gave them out to everybody in the family. Yeah.
There was a dude who made Pujols a Cubs fan, Kingsbury. He was my assistant team leader in Iraq, the one I was on with Hippie. And he was a Cubs. He was a Cubs fan, and he made a bunch of shirts. Or somebody, like a friend, said,
Yeah. and
"Pujols mows my lawn."
It's Coldplay.
Oh,
Yeah.
And do you vaping in here?
Yeah. Is that okay?
Do you vape outside?
Okay.
So
Okay.
that this stuff doesn't smell like smoke.
she
Okay.
don't like vape.
Okay.
Yeah, no problem. We just got in trouble.
Yeah, you threw me in under the bus.
I know, I
that.
did throw you in at the bus.
You
I
were the
didn't
one
do it
vaping.
until you did, and I'm like,
Well, he had it out. I also had mine out, but I hide it real quick.
Dad, you've literally done the whole trip. And
Well, I
she's
know.
seen you.
I know, but still, I mean,
What happened in 2004?
I was at MCT. I graduated boot camp, and then I was at Intel school and MCT. And then I got to my unit, and they were in Iraq, and I missed that cutoff date. So then I started prepping for Africa.
What? Oh, did you mention 2004?
I don't know. I don't think so. Like, did something happen in 2004?
We were just at the gas station that Wally worked at when you were
on
what,
at 9/11.
Yeah, and then also when he
Yeah.
was at 9/11. It's so funny.
Yeah, yeah, that's a funny story, but yeah, dude, it was like the worst place to be on 9/11. This really nice lady came in, right? And I knew her from church, blah blah blah, and she was like, "Hey, Wally," I'm like, or Waldo. She's like, "Hey, Waldo," I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "Hey, a plane flew into the World Trade Center." I was like, "Well, that's happened a couple times. I mean, is it bad?" She's like, "Well, I don't think it's like a Cessna. I think it's like a big plane."
Yeah.
Like a big plane,
Big plane.
And
is
I'm
what
like,
the terms we used in
that's crazy.
2001. Yeah.
Then I got home for like the Pentagon, the second plane hitting the second tower, and then the first tower dropped, and then I got a call to come back because like this is Southern Illinois, this is farm country, right? Like people were coming in with like giant dually trucks with like multiple 50-gallon drums, and they were just like sitting there with the gas on, and like,
Yeah,
we're filling up on gas. It's probably the Arabs. MJ, blame SV. It'll work. Yeah. I mean, it is SV's fault. Oh wait, Red Sox for St. Louis.
that's what it was.
Oh.
So I was in Iraq. I was on that deployment.
If it wasn't for the pine tar, the Red Sox would have never won that game.
Oh my god,
I still remember that.
We had to watch.
It was visible on his hands.
Yeah,
like he didn't hide it.
No, that was the.
That was Red Sox. Red Sox versus Cards.
Was that the Reds?
Yeah.
Or Red Sox? I mean, okay. Okay, because Kenny Rogers from Detroit. Remember, LaRussa caught him. He had a bunch. He just had it like straight up on his hand.
Yeah. No, it was like literally they weren't hiding at all.
Yeah, it was hilarious back in the day. Shit. But yeah, I was watching the Chow Hall. They would show it in the Chow Hall like 3 a.m. or whatever. I was so.
Oh yeah. I thought you said like you could smoke from the tower. So I was like, well, they're not there anymore. Rough.
Oh man.
Yeah, my brother-in-law was on I guess it's the 395 bridge that goes right past the Pentagon where the memorial is now. The Pentagon's still there, and you get the parking lot.
I guess it's 395, but
And
yeah,
then
the
Crystal
90
City
yeah,
to the
495.
No,
Is
it's
that 395?
It's 3. It's either 3 or 2. I don't. God,
You're gonna know better.
I don't know. I think it's 395. He was on that bridge when the plane hit. So people were saying like it was a missile, and he's like, nope. Plane flew over us and hit that.
I was in California. I was at 1st Recon Battalion.
Oh God.
But
what a crazy place to be for 9/11. Right?
Oh, that was fucking
God.
Yeah, dude. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was fucking stoked. I was very stoked to go get some.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, not like stoked 9/11 happened. That sounded terrible. Clip it. Clip it.
Send it to Todd. Send it to Todd's email and cell phone. I wonder if he's still live talking about you.
Is he still live streaming?
So we met. I thought he was coming to my house. He's like 2 minutes out. So I like go outside and like,
Yeah.
I'm like, he'll be here any minute. And then I'm like, it's been 3 minutes. Oh man. I'm like, oh shit. Did you go to the bar? Or
so I went to Brewers, whatever. And I was anyway. So I went. I don't know the unnecessary part of the story, but yeah. So we went to, these guys came up and I was like, oh, I've just been watching Todd talk about me for like 8.5 fucking hours or whatever he was on. I'm like, and Wally's like, yeah, and you're here hanging out with friends. And I'm like, yeah.
It's like, wow, your life is terrible. Hanging out with friends.
He's like, geez, Josh, your life sucks.
Your life sucks. Your friends are terrible.
I know. Oh my God.
Let's see if he is. Let's see if he's live. Let's see.
There's no
wait. I was going to write Todd. Way. What's his channel?
Generally specific.
Generally specific.
Did you smoke that joint with us? Or?
No, I don't smoke weed.
I know. I'm kidding.
Like, how am I not subscribed anymore?
We got that peach sour shit. Me and MJ just partook in a joint of it, and it kind of hit both of us a bit.
So yeah,
I'm running the show. I'm carrying the team. Stream 1 hour.
I had no idea what I was talking about when they talked to City.
He quit, but 10 hours, 21 minutes.
10 motherfucking hours.
10 hours, 21 minutes.
Was he talking about with the
Oh
whole?
shit! Fuck.
Did he finish?
10 hours, 21 minutes.
Holy Jesus Christ, dude!
That's insane, dude. Like,
So he okay.
Chris Reeder, Big Farmer, the future of the West.
Yeah, and then I don't know what time it is. He was already on for like 2 hours when I was like, oh fuck it, I'll stream snipe him, and then it worked out exactly the way you want a stream snipe to work, where you want to put pressure on a dude. It's a psyop in real time. You're just you're fucking IOing the dude in real fucking time, and it worked out perfectly. And then it spun him the fuck out, and then he was dude. When I was driving here, I was listening to him.
Bitch about you.
Yeah, like talk. I'm like, what? Oh my god, this is nuts.
Has he ever done a live with other than his wife? Like, I don't know if his wife's ever been on his live. Has he ever been on a live with another human in like
In
we are
person,
right now?
no.
You know, no.
I can't.
I can't.
No, wait, well, actually, hold on. They went to that stupid like retreat.
Oh, they went on the
Yeah.
on the.
Oh, with that
he
guy
was
who
was
was,
wearing slides around like chainsaws and shit.
Yeah.
Did you? I don't know. Did you see any of that? Like, dude. So that it was for the disaster relief thing.
That's
Yeah.
not smart.
They were. Oh my god! It was the dumbest shit ever, dude. It's like it's wet. It's disaster
Hey, can you hand
relief,
me that ski?
and it's wet. It's disaster relief. So first of all, the slides are a terrible choice
Thanks.
just in general, because even if like you're not getting any grip on anything, and your foot's you're gonna get wet. It's gonna be you're gonna have to deal with all that shit. But then when you have chainsaws and other fucking equipment, like cutting equipment, I don't say like heavy. It's not obviously not heavy equipment, but you have all that shit, axes, chainsaws, fucking running around, and slides.
No, not smart.
Like what
we
the
were just
fuck?
talking about me like getting an axe stuck in my leg.
Yeah,
You know?
that's right.
Like, and I was
Where?
wearing the protect. Yeah, right here. You can't really see it right now. If when I'm sunburnt, you can see the scar, but it's all right here. Yeah.
Oh god.
And it was stuck.
Oh yeah, no, I can see it.
It was stuck, and I pulled it out, and like I went from tan to white, and he's like,
Illinois Hoosier shit right there.
He was looking at my business partner Adam. He was like, "Oh shit," and I'm like, I'm like, that hurt really bad. He's like, "You got an axe stuck in your leg," you know? Like, sure do, pal. You know,
subdue gray socks. Yeah, the whole Todd thing was really fucking strange, man. And then Hippie and I watched him try and say how this homeless dude was a Fed agent, was a Fed on an
yeah.
like this homeless guy
Because
who
he's like,
clearly,
"Do you see that backpack? I
Yeah.
know these guys. I worked with these guys." And I'm like Delta, like CAG, like what?
who
What?
and who? By the way, if you showed up with a bag like that, you'd be doofus.
Well, it was just like a backpack, and then remember he was talking about the new socks,
Yeah,
He's
the
like,
socks. That's
brand
for the
new
gray
socks?
socks. Yeah,
brand new socks. It's like
gray subdued gray.
because that means zero. It like means nothing, right? And it's like, okay, the dude's homeless. He can go to like literally any church and any food pantry, get a fresh pair of socks, and get food in a backpack. Like people donate that shit all the time.
Okay,
It was literally retarded.
100%. How? Because you're not on a ton, right? But when you watch these dudes say Fed op shit, like, oh, this is a Fed op. I mean, don't you just feel like it's like a kid who I don't even know. It's like, man, you haven't even sniffed that shit.
Mm-mm.
Like,
And
you don't
how
even
many
know
feds
what
would
it.
Accidentally hide their pistols in a bush
Right.
that weren't nice pistols. They weren't like, hey, they weren't government issue for sure. Like they're not like quality equipment. Like he hit a high point, right? You know,
That was just so.
well, what was the goal? What's the goal?
What
And he
again?
thought it
What
was
is your end state?
Didn't he say it was
Right.
to kill Trump or something like that?
Yeah, like,
wasn't
oh,
that
there'd
his
been
thing?
people on Trump or whatever. Like, okay, I get it. But
But it wasn't this guy.
also, why would the feds do that? I
Well,
don't want
then
to
he
get
went-
into that.
Then he,
I mean, but like,
then he went into the conspiracy theory that like, who's the self-hating Jew guy who pays for everything? He's like in his 90s.
Soros?
Soros. He's like, this is like a Soros op for sure.
Dude,
Right?
today Billy said Hitler talking about me. Hitler would love this guy.
No, he's Jewish. Hitler would literally not love the guy.
No, he meant me.
Oh,
He was talking about me. He goes,
my
Hitler
God.
would love this guy. He would be the.
Oh, you're that bad now.
Yeah.
You're so bad.
Well, also, they said I would be the Jew turning in other Jews.
But you're Italian,
I know.
Can't walk straight.
right?
Stella is at home. She is,
You know,
I'm sure, just sleeping. What time is it?
Trying to breathe through her nose.
Oh my God, her snoring is the most hilarious. I can tune it out now, but Missy, girl, I had a pair of scissors stick in my foot. They fell off the counter. Instant pool of blood. Yeah,
that sucks.
Feet and hands bleed
a lot.
Yeah, they fucking bleed a lot.
Only thing I'd fucked up with my foot, like we bought. Have you ever heard of this? Good clip. This.
mm-hmm.
It's called a super sucker, right? It's got a big tractor engine, and it's got these
Lips.
literally.
You guys wouldn't believe it.
It's like 9 foot circumference, and then it's an inch.
I don't know why
steel,
that's
inch thick steel, and it's got these fan blades basically, and it's got a tube this big, right? And you suck up leaves with it, like you blow them out to the road.
Yeah,
you suck up leaves. It's super sucker. So they get clogged though. So I'm kicking it. I wasn't wearing my steel toe that day. Just wearing like work boots, you know. I'm kicking it. I kick it, and then my foot stuck to it, and then I pull my foot off. It's like that tubing that's got the metal.
Yeah, coil, like a coiled metal. Yeah, I know.
Coil ruptured.
Yeah,
and it was sticking out, and it went through. It's like super thin, so it's only not like a syringe, but it's like thin.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it went through 2 toes and out the bottom of the shoe.
Oh.
And I pulled that out, and then it hit me, and I was like, I'm gonna throw up. Like this hurts so goddamn bad.
Oh, that is
I was lucky. My feet. That's the only thing that other than being disgusting. I mean, my feet never got hurt. You know, I had a piece of a chain link fence with a lawnmower. Went in my here and came out my back. Like,
Jesus Christ!
But it was only like it only went in like 6 inches, maybe 5 inches. But
there's a joke in there.
And I literally it was bleeding all over the place. And I called my dad, and he's like, he's like,
yeah, you kind of feel like the person I know who's been hit with metal.
Well, we call it the Lydican curse. So once I met my biological family, my biological dad's side, they're like, hey, by the way, do you get hurt like all the time? I'm like, yeah, man, all the time, just randomly, you know? He's like, well, your grandpa over here, he was messing around with the boat engine, caught on fire, didn't jump in the water immediately. So he's like fully engulfed in flames, and he jumps off the side. I'm like, oh, this is where it comes from. Like, this is a real thing, you know? My dad's a welder, biological dad's a welder. And like, we'll get a picture, like metal splinter goes through a finger, and he's like sending pictures, and we're like, oh God,
dude, that just alone
horrific.
I'm like, ugh.
It's like, what do you do? It's like, well, you gotta pull it out the direction it came in, not backwards. You know, it's like, oh, good advice.
By the way, when Woodrow said, where's Stella initially, because I can't remember the last time we hung out in St. Louis or, you know, like in the area at all. And I was like, oh, wait a second. Because this sour peach weed. I was like, wait, are we in fucking, oh shit, we're in Northern Virginia. Did I leave Stella?
Stella, no. Call my friends. I left my dog in St. Louis.
Oh shit, I left my dog in St. Louis. Son of a bitch. I got an English bulldog. She was a rescue. They were breeding her. They were doing like a puppy mill thing. And then the guy got sentenced to prison for drugs. And so the wife gave up the bulldogs. So I got her for $750, which for a bulldog is a purebred is, yeah. But she's got a little attitude. She's a diva. She's the best. But she is a fucking little diva.
I like that she'll chase the ball and then definitely not bring it back.
Oh, she was not. Yeah. No, fuck that. Dude, it's the best. My favorite is when she's there, and she's like, and then she looks at me and she's like, does the head nod down like, it's here, motherfucker. like, and then my fat ass is walking over there. Like,
Where do you go? Forest Park? Is that where you?
No, Blackburn. So
Okay.
it's just down the street from my house.
Gotcha.
Remember
that? If you're from St. Louis, you know this. Meet me at the Muni at Forest Park.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Muni.
We
Opera
used to
House.
go down to U City.
Yeah,
the Loop.
I love.
Yeah, but apparently, it is like not a place for us now, right? Like it's like.
Well,
totally
First of all, I feel like we're too old for the Loop.
Well, they had Tivoli and they had the records.
Let's put it this way: the Galleria was the best mall in St. Louis. You
At
and
the time.
I took you to the hacker meeting and said,
right,
the
2600. Yeah.
yeah. And
that's what kicked it off for me.
Now it's kind of like, oh hell no.
Oh yeah.
So they had the Grateful. What was the?
I mean, it was the Mall of St. Louis, and then all of a sudden, just like.
Oh, you talking about like Galleria?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's different. Well, yeah, Galleria and the Loop are in different.
Yeah.
We'd go down to Galleria for like 2600 meetings, and then there was just
there was a vinyl shop in UC Loop. I always hit
well, in the 90s, we like everybody was trying to be a DJ, you know. So like they had the vinyl. What was it? I Love It or Tivoli?
No, vintage vinyl.
Vintage vinyl.
Vintage
vintage vinyl.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Tivoli was
still around.
That was
Tivoli was Tivoli's there.
What else was there? The pageant.
There.
Oh yeah,
pageant. Blueberry Hill. Where Chuck Berry would play. Blueberry Hill. They had the Grateful Grill. That was the 3 o'clock because those bars hit that weird line. They counted them as city, and so the city you can have 3 o'clock bars.
Not
if you're in the county, it's 1:30.
1:30.
And so we're going 3 o'clocks, and it was always the Grateful Grill or one of the 3 o'clocks, Nick's Pub, and then East Side. And then you're gonna end up if that's where you're going to the east side of.
Was Creepy Crawl on Grand? Do you remember Creepy Crawl?
Yeah, with Washington.
Yeah. Creepy Crawl, dude. Because like my neighbor over here was the lead singer of the band Calico System, and they did like a whole European tour. They had like 5 or 6 albums, like big, not like in their basement albums, you know. They would play there. They opened for Finger 11. I don't know. Remember those guys? They were like super big post grunge rock.
Finger 11?
Finger 11. Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody should like look that up and like post something. Wally, I want to hear everything about finding your birth family. Yeah. So here's the cool thing about tonight. My adopted mom is the one who passed away. Send out the group text, the obituary, Facebook, etc. Got a ton of people reaching out. My biological mom came in from Missouri. She came yesterday to the viewing with my biological aunts, and they've gotten to know the family. Like whenever they have like the 4th of July stuff or whatever, like I'll be like, hey, can I bring my mom and dad? And they're like, yeah, absolutely. Fucking bring them, So they got to know each other.
That's cool. That's very cool.
It is very cool. And it's like, it's my situation with all that is probably as unique as it gets, and then same with biological dad's side. They're like, invite them over for dinner, or like we'll head to Lebanon, or we'll do this, or like my adopted aunts, like we'll come out to New Athens. I would like to meet your biological dad. Blah blah. He's like, hey, you want to meet at Machete's? Yeah, let's go there and eat. So it was like super open and super cool with everybody. Like me, and like. So yesterday it was just 2 of my brothers showed up for the viewing. My biological mom and my aunts, her sisters came. She lives by Truman Lake, Warsaw.
Okay,
so that's not a short drive.
No, I was gonna say that's pretty.
No, and she talked to her boss. She took the day off, so she like today. My godmom is also a cousin who is also a really good friend with my mom, and I've been trying to get those 2 in the same spot. I mean, unfortunately, the spot today was like the best that I could, introduce those 2 when we're kind of on our way out. And then I like literally within a minute, they were both bawling. And I was like, man, it's like a good ball though. Like,
yeah. No. I feel, and I get you.
Wow.
Sad. Yeah. Truman Lake's almost Kansas City.
Oh yeah. It's south. Yeah. South Kansas. Yeah. Sedalia.
Yeah. Sedalia.
Sedalia. Did you hear about the, we'll talk, well, shit. Remind me about Sedalia in a minute. But like today, like my biological dad, his wife Sharon came, and 1, 2, 3, 4 of my aunts and uncles, my grandpa, Marine, Korea vet, and my sister with my new niece, Nova Ray. And so, like, funerals can suck, right? But then, like, if you go, if somebody shows up with like not even a 2-month-old, and it's like my niece, like holding her, and she's like super duper cute and tiny, and it's just like happiness, that's like super nice.
There's something about the cycle of life with it.
I know, yeah,
a bit,
yeah.
I feel like this, like, okay, you're seeing, okay, this is life young, not just young, but like brand new. And while you're experiencing that loss.
And my mom was very Catholic, so it was a Catholic, Catholic everything mass, and my sister talked at the end, and she kept it together, and it's been pretty rough on her. So that was cool that she kept it together. But she brought up some stuff that was like, oh, I forgot that, my mom's like mannerisms and stuff like that. So yeah, that was cool. But it's like, in retrospect, living with dementia and Alzheimer's and sleeping for these long periods of time, not getting up to eat and drink water. And like, let's say with Christmas, they were out in Virginia because my sister's stationed currently right by me.
Yeah.
From even Christmas to 2 weeks ago, like it was really a steep decline.
Yeah.
And when I came back 2 weeks ago, like she saw the wedding ring, and she was I at the wedding? I was like, well, we didn't have a wedding. We got married. Like,
yeah.
And she like it. That's when she's like trying to wake up, and then she would wake up, and then it would be quasi normal, But it's like I wouldn't call it a blessing. It's just like, okay, like dealing with, like, my dad's not a spring chicken, and like, I mean, it was really hard on him, being like a full-time caretaker and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just, so it's like, it happened super duper fast. And I'm not going to go into like the details on like the end, how it happened, but it definitely happened like immediately and no pain. So that's good. But, one of those things, and it's like, okay, all right, it happened. And like, not to go too upset heavy, but like, my sister's going to be leaving for a different country with her with the military, and like,
yeah,
it would have been a total disaster if it would have started going really, really, really downhill while she's
gone. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you got to look at the bright side of things. I mean, there's not all of it is.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it'll hit.
And she cared a lot. Like she actually did care a lot. It's just always sometimes the delivery was a little epic. But I've been gone for a while too, so I haven't been here at the house for 22 years basically.
Well, it's good you were able to be here for this and be here,
I mean, a lot of people they understand it. Kind of like the Midwest folks, they're like, well, what was your thoughts? And I'm like, well, I was here a couple weeks ago, and they're like, oh, we heard that. Okay. I was like, yeah, but listen, I didn't know it was going to come this soon, but I knew it was coming. And these are people that knew me growing up, and like one of them was like, oh, how's mowing grass? They didn't know I'm old enough. They didn't know I joined the Marine Corps, and like I'm an adult and I have children.
Yeah,
like I don't live here. They thought I still mowed grass, and just like I'm just like somewhere in town. They haven't seen me for a while.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
oh, you're just mowing grass across town.
Yeah, just the other side of the small town that you would probably know me in. So that was cool, but it was like real. Like I recognized everybody's faces except for maybe two people, and. Well, also, they don't call me Wally or Waldo. Like, I'm Jonathan. Like, and I heard Jonathan, and like a lot of times I don't respond. Yeah, I never hear it.
Yeah, I don't. When would you hear that now?
Well, I hear it here. This is the only place on the planet where somebody's like, "Oh, hey, Jonathan," and I'm like, "Oh," and I'm like looking at them like, "Were they talking to me?" And then I'm like, "Oh no, okay, they were talking to me," and then it like some of them just hit me, like. oh, your daughter married Brian, who I went to grade school with. They're like, how do you know Brian? Like, what? Let's see what.
Excuse me.
Okay, Misty Gal. Let's see this. My adopted mom had Alzheimer's as well. Okay, it's an awful disease. I agree. My mom broke her hip. They couldn't operate. She fell asleep and didn't wake up. Yeah, she's gone within 10 days. Yeah. And you know that's kind
sorry
of
to
one of
hear
those.
I mean, I get worried with my
Yeah.
dad. That's where I'm at with my dad. I mean, he's not. The dementia isn't there, and the Parkinson's is slow. Like as far as it goes,
Mhm.
it's all it's slow. And then, like,
But he's got a cane, like right. I
yeah,
think it's
cane
all
and a
pretty- yeah,
walker. He
yeah.
doesn't like using the walker,
Well,
but he's
yeah,
got
well,
one.
he's
Yeah.
Italian. I mean,
And then I mean, I'm taking him to a saxophone lesson on Thursday, so he
right.
does that so he can do the fingers and everything.
Mhm.
But I mean, lunch and everything, hanging out with them on Mother's Day. There's just you're like, oh, okay. There's certain aspects of
The
just
Mother's Day
how
thing
he's
was
moving.
a little rough. Like
Yeah.
my sister called. I think I think we were in West Virginia when she called, and she's like, "Hey," and she is emotional, obviously, right? And she was like, "I'm going to get Mother's Day cards. Do you think we should get one card, or would you guys like, a card for the boys,
Yeah.
a card for you, a card from us?" And then they had a everything was at the church. It wasn't at like the funeral home and then the church. It was the viewing. Everything was at the church, and then like
church.
they had a little stand set up, and we had the cards there. And then before they closed the casket, we put the cards in the casket. It's pretty fitting. And the thing was, and that's one of the things my sister brought up. Like, totally forgot about this. Like, and I had told my mom before, even years after I was out of the Marine Corps, like I get a Marine Corps card on Marine Corps birthday. I'm like, I forgot how much she like loved cards. And then like we were in the kitchen earlier, and she's like, look, Jonathan, and like she picks up like a whole stack of like previous cards. Like she just like loved cards. And like my sister found a thing this 20-30 years ago. She wrote like we were at Catholic school, what does it mean to be a parent, or what do you think about parents, or whatever. Can't remember the title, but it was something my sister wrote about my mom in grade school, probably like grade. Yeah, because she's 40. Yeah, she'll be 41 next month. So yeah, like 10 years old, 10, 11. And like that was like, it's like, okay, wow. She loved that so much. 42.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll be 43 in July.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's, okay. So I was thinking right.
Yeah. So I mean, it's rough. I think that guys like us are a little bit better at interpreting what's coming and then dealing with it, right?
Do you think?
And am I? Yeah, I do. I really do.
I
I feel it now more than I ever have. But
Yeah.
it's not that I'm. But here's the thing: it's not that I'm unemotional, and it's not that I'm happy, right? But I'm like,
of course not. I mean, of course.
I'm also thinking. I'm thinking about how bad it could have gotten, right? And it didn't.
So that's the good part. You got to find the bright. You just. I mean, that's the thing.
Bright side. Yeah.
The resiliency comes from finding the bright side and finding the bright side in anything. If it was going to happen, because it's going to happen. By the way, it's an inevitability. So
right.
I mean, you're right with your sister. If she wasn't deployed, and everything,
right.
like it didn't have to go through all of that. Like there's
like Red Cross letters, and you can't just hop on a flight from that there
Southeast Asia
and be here. Like that.
That's totally
does not work that way.
Yeah. No. It'll hit. You can process however you're gonna.
What we got here? Hey, what's up, Wyatt? No, I'm not doing a roll call. That is not my gig. Oh, there's just everybody saying hello to Wyatt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I hope you're doing good out there.
But also, here's the cool thing. Like, so the first night, I didn't even plan this at all. Like I got that, it goes in my trailer hitch, holds a cooler, and then I got my fishing pole holders on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like, one of my friends, good friends, grew up together. He went with the boys. They went and got me a ski, soda I like, and then a case of Stag,
You are crazy about the ski soda.
I know.
You have a can right in front of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking at the can. If you guys have
That's
seen
the classic can, by the way.
yeah,
That's the
ski soda.
yeah, the throwback.
That was
So, and
35
then,
cents.
And then MJ,
Yeah. I
MJ
put
was like,
nickels in the
"Oh,
hallway just to
he's like
watch
stag
kids,
beer.
like-
Stag beer's the backup." So he went out and got
Ice
Bud
cold
Select.
stag ain't bad.
It ain't.
Old Milwaukee, you just gotta have it ice cold.
Yeah,
That's
gotta
the
be cold.
yeah. You gotta have that. Any kind of like that northern beer. They got that weird sort of like old style.
Well, that Select
Yeah.
isn't that bad, and I didn't even know
Yeah.
that it's only here. It's only sold here.
I didn't know that either.
And almost every time I come here, I bring like not a like from the store.
Not only
bourbon
does
or
he talk,
whiskey.
but he was a professor at Purdue for computer.
I'm having fun time with
We were talking
the
about
other
how
stuff. Yeah.
he's like, he's a nerd, but we need those nerds.
You're one of those nerds too.
I know. So are you. Well, you were a nerd post,
I could talk to
Warrior.
nerds. I knew how to talk to nerds.
and then you became one.
And then, well, yeah, but it was like,
Oh, I went to Mizzou. I got a degree. Oh, I'm cool.
no, I got
My
it from
name's-
Cal State Monterey Bay. This is what I like.
Oh,
I like to be.
but you went to Mizzou too, right?
I did. I went
Oh,
to.
okay.
I started at Mizzou, and then
Okay.
I went to
Right.
MESEP.
That's
I
right,
got
that's
selected
right.
from for the
Oh,
people
does
watching.
MJ talk? Yes.
Slap.
MESEP.
MISEP.
MISEP,
MISEP.
okay.
No,
yeah.
MISEP is
Oh, that's right.
Oh
They're
yeah.
both-
not
yeah,
MISEP.
Just
Me-
MISEP. Yeah.
give me the
yeah.
fucking letters.
So it's a-
Marine
it's basically-
enlisted commissioning education
Okay,
program.
okay.
Basically,
They take the best enlisted Marines, and you go through a bunch of coursework, and you become an officer. And
well, you go through
yeah,
OCS, and they put you.
yeah.
Yeah, they attach you to,
TB,
and it's
TBS, TBS.
you got to go to
More
TBS
letters.
after
Fantastic.
graduation.
Yes.
You go to TBS, yeah, basic school,
But they
and then
have
your
a,
MOS.
they still have it. They
I only
have
went
a,
to OCS.
they have a pathway to take Marines who want to go officer, and they have a pathway to make that happen, right?
Yeah, and that's what I was on.
Yeah.
And so without the degree, but I was going
And
to
when
say,
I was in, you had to be a really fucking good Marine to like.
I was on embassy duty. I was
So
there.
300
I was
PFT
already,
or closer, first class PFT, expert on the range.
yeah,
Did
and
they
I
have
was an
the
embassy.
CFT back then.
I was an embassy guard.
So you
No.
look good in uniform,
Yeah,
obviously.
Yeah,
you know.
totally. I was
And Italian,
a pick-
mustache.
Yeah.
You know, 6 foot.
flowing robes, bald, striking.
Right.
Uh,
People wonder why I look so good. I mean, it's because I'm German.
Switchblade. I'm an old side guy, but you three are the most Midwestern looking dudes I've seen in a while.
Yeah,
Wow.
like I'm.
I guess
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
I'm
You
gonna
got
go.
a St. Louis.
I'm gonna go pee real quick. So you guys.
Yeah. I was gonna say,
Oh, great.
Oh.
Okay. Well,
everyone's gotta
Uno
take
momento.
bathroom tours.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Bathrooms in the hallway, by the way. Well, we're in the Midwest. So you know the
Yeah,
bathrooms in
the hallway. Of course.
yeah, that is a weird thing. Why do they?
Mm.
What was it gonna? There was something. Oh, college. So then dude. So I went to I had done the deployments. I'd done everything, but I didn't have my degree yet. So I left Mizzou. I went to OCS. I did all of this, but then I got in trouble. I got a non-judicial punishment, they call it.
Okay.
For fucking up and NJP, and so they booted me from the program and sent me to the grunts. And so I didn't have my degree, and I kept getting from every government agency, which is a problem. With kind of like we were talking about a little bit with like your field and Wally. They're like, man, you're exactly what we want. You just don't have the degree.
Mm-hmm.
And so then I went to I did 30 credit hours in one semester. I just they just let me pile it on. And I was like, hey, I just graduated language school. I'm in the study, and like I can handle this. If you let me use my data that I collected, my field collection data,
Right.
basically all the way. Because normally they didn't want you to use your data collection from each class. They wanted new data collection for each class. And I said, can I just, so I can spend time writing papers instead of doing it. And they were cool with that. But it was Cal State Monterey Bay. It was a joke of a college. It was a joke of a college. And people were like, oh, you went to Cal State? I'm like, Monterey Bay.
Yeah. I mean, right down the street, St. SIU E, right? So how do you like sit there and say, oh, St. Southern Illinois University,
Edwardsville,
right?
yeah.
Right. So does that feel like a subsection of SIU? Yeah.
Is it? I don't even
mean,
know. Is there another SIUE? Southern
SIU,
Illinois.
Carbondale.
Carbondale.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's Carbondale
Carbondale.
Carbondale.
for the Indian folks.
Mm.
That's
For those of you that don't speak the Spanish.
Speaking the Spanish. Cole was like, "You need to talk war stories," and then I was thinking about it real quick. I don't want to talk war stories, but I want to talk about my mom and they were Govies at Scott, Transcom and Air Mobility Command, right?
So, by the way, so if everybody's tracking, we're very close to Scott Air Force Base.
Yeah, like literally right there.
Yeah.
So here's a funny one, and MJ's knowing about this. So with Djibouti first, right?
So what?
Djibouti when I was in
Djibouti.
yeah.
Djibouti. Okay.
So my mom, they had a zipper phone. I forgot what it was.
By the way,
called now.
just real quick, if we get into Africa, don't say the name of that country.
I know I won't.
Okay.
No, that's only for us.
Yeah, I was gonna say like
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
all right,
yeah.
but just not on here.
No, because
we worked.
Yes.
We worked a thing. We worked a really fun
did
project. I started a working
place.
group.
a place with some people at a time.
I'm like, Wally, you want to get in on this? It was pretty funny.
So they had a DSN line, and my office had a DSN line, and I'm in the global. You know what I mean? Like for the whole military, they had that global. You know, and so I'm there doing my job, shift work. You know, like, and I was just there all the time because there's nothing else to do other than work out and eat. You know, so my full bird Army,
Djibouti, we're talking about, yeah.
Yeah.
Horn of Africa, by the way.
Full bird Army colonel, and I really like her, respect her. I was under her command twice. She comes out of her office, and it's pretty common for her to talk to everybody. You know, she comes over, she goes, "Hey, Corporal Jonathan Prather, I am on the phone with a Diane Prather, calling from Scott Air Force Base, and it's your mom, and she wants to say hi.
Nice.
Why don't you come into my office and talk to your mom for a minute?" And I'm like, and like all the Marines are staring at me like, "You done fucked up, AA Ron," like motherfucker.
Oh, AA Ron.
She called because somehow the DSN got defaulted to her, like she has her own.
Oh.
Yeah, so my mom called and she's just talking to her.
So DSN is just it's the phone number. It's like
unclassified government
phone line. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, "Hey, Mom, can I call you back on my other phone?" "Oh, yeah. And I caught shit for the rest of the deployment. When the Navy took over from the Marine Corps, the Marines were like, "Hey, Wally's extended like 2 months. His mom will call the DSN, have a conversation, and then email me here and tell me all about it." You know, and I'm like, "Oh, God damn it," you know. She also in Iraq, she did the same thing. My boss was a doctor, a PhD in intelligence, Anglo-American intelligence history from Cambridge, right? And he's staring. I can see him from my desk where I'm sitting in Iraq at Camp Slayer. But he's a happy guy. He's a good dude, smart guy, you know. And he's staring right at me, and he's smiling like on the phone, and I'm like, "Uh-oh."
And you were like,
he's like,
"Zip."
he's like, "I didn't realize your name wasn't Wally." You know, I'm like, "Oh shit, here we fucking go."
That's funny.
Yeah, so that because most people's moms can't just call you in Iraq.
So yeah,
you know,
this is like nowadays it feels like it's pretty easy. You know, like when I went to Oki, my buddy's uncle was colonel at the
so which SIU?
Yeah, doing
SIUE, which I think he met Dan before. Dan was here most of the weekend. He's a professor there. So Edwards SIUE is about 20 minutes.
So you were hanging
north
with
of
two professors.
I know, because we're super nerds, right? So SIUE is about 20 minutes. SIUC, Carbondale, is about 2 hours south, hour and a half, hour 45, something like that. I used to go down there because it's fucking awesome area, but like hippie area, like you know, all the like the
hippies.
the fish bands.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
those-
those guys.
that
the
is
hacky
the-
sack hippie.
That is the epicenter for
yeah,
that in Illinois.
the
period.
Gen
Shawn-
X deadheads kind of
Shawnee
shit.
National Forest is there, and like Carbondale is like that's the epicenter. Like shrooms, acid, whatever, the hallucinogenic experience. That's Carbondale.
I feel like that's most
And then-
colleges probably, right?
MJ went to U of I, and I used to. That's in Bloomington Normal.
Or Illinois State.
Well, okay, Bloomington Normal, whatever. Yeah. To me, it's honestly
Like,
would be
you-
Bloomington
you-
Normal.
I'm gonna take a leak.
All right.
U of I people kind of will be like, oh, you just called this Illinois State.
Oh yeah, ill stew,
Mm-hmm.
but not Indiana.
No.
So when I go visit MJ after high school, right? I don't know if it's still that way now, but like, let's say this is 99, 2000, 2001, probably.
Mhm.
Literally, you're driving, you get off the interstate, then you're on kind of like a state highway, and then you're on a country road. It's like literally 2-lane quasi gravel,
Mhm.
and there's corn on both sides. And then all of a sudden you come out of the corn and there's the stadiums right there. You're like, what the hell? And Fell Street, right?
Yeah.
605 Fell Street.
It's no longer exists.
Oh, they tore it down?
Oh, it's gone.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah. Everything's like apartment complexes and whatever, because that's what you do next to a college.
Where did Dan go? Dan went to, what's the college by Joliet?
There's a JUCO there, but there's also
No.
Saint Xavier.
God
or
damn it.
something.
Where did, no. What's his name went to Wesleyan?
Illinois
But not
Wesleyan?
Illinois
Okay,
Wesleyan.
That's in Bloomington.
Yeah, it's in Bloomington. And then where did Dan go? Was it Joliet or Radford? Does Radford sound right?
No,
Is
no.
there no? Is that in
Radford's-
Virginia?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't go to college like that. Let's see. Let's see a map of Illinois. This will come to me.
Yeah. I'm
There's
pretty sure.
Springfield,
Mhm.
Beardstown, Macomb. What's by Macomb?
Western Illinois.
What else is by Macomb?
Western Illinois.
God damn it.
It's really small town.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
is it? All right.
Yeah.
Let's text him.
Wait. Like you said, college where?
I'm gonna text him and find out.
Okay.
I just got a Ferrari.
Congrats on your
Super
Ferrari.
hard- Super hard.
I hope you virtually enjoy it.
I think you.
But
Like
dude,
that.
so here's the crazy thing about Illinois, right? A lot of people will think it's a flyover state or Chicago, right? When you think of Illinois, they think of Chicago first, right? Let's say from the magnificent mile from right where we are,
250, 270 miles.
right? We're about 5.5 hours, right, to downtown.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
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 Easy. Like it's way far away. So we identify our city, St. Louis, right? In addition to that, like, yeah, our part of the state right here is flat until you get to the bluffs by the river.
Mhm.
And then it's like a 50 to 300 yard, like complete drop off of the earth.
I hate driving through it. This is the word.
the bluffs. Yeah.
Well, not the bluffs part, but the just driving. Because I mean, coming here was a lot of the same way if I'm driving to
We
Virginia,
took, like,
to
40,
Virginia and
right?
back. Yeah. And man, it's 3 hours of nothing.
Right. And so once you go down south of here, though, did you ever get to explore like Carbondale, like the Shawnee or anything like that?
Not Carbondale.
Oh, okay. So
Been
like,
like
here's-
Cahokia Mounds.
Oh, well, that's a little north. Yeah.
Yeah.
All those Indian artifacts I have, they're all from the yard or they're from Lebanon, pretty much. And some of them are from Shawnee, but so like when you go and let's say you start an hour south of here, if you just as a crow flies, maybe an hour and a half, that's where the glaciers stopped that created the Great Plains,
Mhm.
And like it's like farm, and then you're like, oh shit, we're in a forest and there's like a cliff, and a cliff goes across the state. And there's hieroglyphs, not hieroglyphs, petroglyphs. Like Indians, like you're like, oh shit.
Wait,
Indian.
what's the difference between I guess just who did it, right?
Well, hieroglyphs is Egyptian.
Is it
ancient-
only?
Yeah, I think
Okay,
so.
is that what it
Is
means?
that right? Petroglyphs are petroglyphs, and they have a word-
Petroglyphs. Ancient rock
Ancient rock carving symbols. Yeah.
symbols and drawings etched into rock.
What's the
Yes.
difference between that and hieroglyph? Like, why aren't those called just all hieroglyphs?
Because isn't hieroglyphs part of a language? I don't
Oh
know.
no,
Let's
no,
see.
no. You paint hieroglyphics.
Oh, do you? Okay.
And
All right.
petroglyphs are
Carved
carvings.
or painted.
Yeah,
It says, yeah.
but I'll double check.
But like when I was Xavier's age, my son's right here playing Forza. When I was a kid, when we were down there at a place called Camp Onasunk, like arrowheads were on the surface, like just you're like, oh shit, fucking arrowhead. It's like, oh, the tip's broken off. Just discard that one. There's more, you know. And I ended up talking to a guy at Cahokia, and I was like, how many arrowheads would have a typical Indian 1,700 years ago gone through in their life? He's like, oh, a lot. Like they would
Scientifically, a lot.
It's like that's a weird number, but basically, you know, they broke all the time, and they would re-edge them, and then once they got too small, they discard them. You know,
I went out. Let's see, I was pre-Marine Corps, or no, I was in the Marine Corps. I was home on leave, but like very boot.
Mhm.
I think we're all just kind of 21, I believe. This chick, I won't give her full name, but Sarah
Frank.
Hottie.
Frank.
Fucking
Frank
goddamn.
the hottie.
Hey, Dave.
Yeah, we were drinking out at Algonquin Golf Course.
Yeah.
And then we went out to Cahokia. We snuck out to
Technically Metro East St. Louis here.
that.
Like we're still
You
part of
count the
because I'm
counties.
in
you count the
St.
county.
Clair County, so this is still Metro East St. Louis.
It's a county touching the river. Right
It's
next to
it's
St. Louis,
not, but it is. You know?
Yeah, no, totally. I was
Yeah.
gonna say, like, it's one of these. It's a funny place
Oh,
because
Hudson's on.
uh,
Oh, hey, Xavier.
Yeah.
Hudson said he'd smoke you in Forza right now.
Hudson can
Text
kiss
him.
my
Tell him
ass.
challenge accepted. All right.
Buddy.
Sorry. Hudson's you know Hudson from Kentucky.
oh,
Remember he passed out in the shower and then
Oh,
flooded
yeah.
the whole bathroom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The fuck? Holy
That-
shit!
He's back from the army and college for this summer, and he's got drill and AT and all
Yeah,
that.
yeah. He was gonna be an MP, right?
He's an MP.
Yeah, or is an
Yeah.
MP? Yeah. Crashed out in the shower. We were in Louisville for one of his HackerCon things, and
Oh god, that was a wild one.
holy shit, we come back and this kid he's not a kid, but younger than us. He's in the shower, fully clothed, shower on, just laying there with the shower beating on him, and it's
For
like
6 hours.
for like 6 hours. It's fucking
He
hilarious.
said, "My bad."
It was hilarious, dude.
I was like, and then I was
was
thinking about,
hilarious. It was
it
really
later. I was
funny.
like, he could have drowned, and we would have been responsible. Like it would have been bad, you know?
Won't be the first hole I dug in this world.
Right? Plenty of places had a Bobby.
No, yeah, that was fucking hilarious. It was really funny.
Everybody had fun that one.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
a fun trip.
Yeah.
Kentucky's fun. Louisville's fun.
Actually, a pretty damn fun city too. You know,
What's it?
it's a fun city.
Yeah,
Isn't
yeah.
that literally what it just said?
Figuratively, not literally.
Well,
Littering
okay,
and
you
what?
frickin' murder, I'm about to come over there and murder you.
My son's gonna murder me in my sleep. Everybody heard it.
Not
So,
you,
oh,
MJ.
MJ.
Oh.
Yeah.
MJ's
That's
sleeping in the
perfectly
room
fine.
next
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah.
see, Xavier's been talking shit to MJ all day, trying to get MJ to talk shit back, and MJ's just like,
I know. He's
"Did
so
you just turn the
weird.
wipers on for this like little drizzle?" And he's like,
Oh, you're talking
Whatever.
about that. I thought you were talking about the
"No,
racing
no.
shit.
He's got his permit, so we've been driving out in the country and stuff."
Yeah,
So.
that faggot MJ.
Oh God!
Oh,
come
wow.
on, man!
Listen,
God damn it!
What?
it's
Oh, the word.
fagay.
Ah,
Fajot.
Fagay.
you forget.
I remember
You're
being
baguette, you're
outside, then
vagine.
woke up in the shower to walk.
Vagine.
True. I remember having to go to the bathroom, and I'm like, "Oh, Hudson's in the shower. He's taking a shower."
I mean,
And
we're all
I
hammered.
barely made it to the lobby,
Yeah.
and then I went to the first bathroom that I knew was there, and they were closed for cleaning. So then I'm like, I'm not going to make it to the other one. I'm going to need to stay close to a trash can or something. Like, found another bathroom, and then I got back up, and like the water's still running. I'm like, spaghetti-o. Like,
Yeah, I kind of forget how that
It was.
I think I
dude,
fell asleep. I must have fallen passed
I was
out, really.
checking my messages in the morning, and like it was like 3:00 in the morning. You're like, dude, just come down right now. And I'm like, I was like passed out. Like,
Oh, to stay out. Yeah. No. I was trying to think
were
of
you
like
there for that one?
Which one?
no,
That was Hack Redcon 2. It was past the beta.
no. MT wasn't there. Yeah.
Okay. Because we went to it
Yeah,
what,
the last
6 months
April.
ago.
Yeah.
April, was it in April?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ish. Maybe.
Okay. Yeah. Because we did the bourbon tour with Jeff. Yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm. And this one was cool. It was at Churchill Downs. It was at the Kentucky Derby.
Oh, nice.
On the top,
That Ern tried to sneak into. Did you hear about this?
No.
Ernie Ernie
it's
tried to
February.
sneak in, tried to social engineer his way into the Kentucky Derby at one of the gates and was saying, "Hey, I'm here to teach the security guys, oversee security guys." And then they were like, they got alerted. They're like, "This dude's crazy." He got Homeland Security he got a Homeland Security report on him. They sent the fucking state police to his house to fucking check on him. And he live streamed it. He fucking live streamed it.
Dude, even for this conference,
Big Ernest.
they had just practice races. It wasn't like betting and stuff, right? Like, I didn't realize there's horses there all year.
Yeah.
And like, those horses are not cheap. They're not like farm horses, you know.
No.
Like, in security, even when there's nothing going on, it is super duper high, right? Like, it's a high level, you know.
Yeah, that was the funny part is you didn't make it to the you didn't even make it to the
That is true. He also did not make it to the conference at all.
Yeah, did not make it to the conference at all.
Because we're like, hey man, we're at this place. He's like, I'm leaving. So on the way here, we stopped in right next to Marshall. I was like, hey man, we're looking for a place to eat burgers or barbecue.
We gotta go back to that place.
Yeah, we do got to go back to the place. Oh, by the way, it was good. Which one we go to?
Buddies.
Buddies? Yeah, we went to Buddies. Yeah, and it's right next to this like steel plant, and the university's right there. We got the like brisket baked potato. Like they just have a baked potato, and they're just like, we're not going to put a lot of effort into this. Like baked potato, brisket. Here's the cheese.
I like St. Louis barbecue. They don't fuck around. You don't get a lot of shit going on. Here's your slice of white bread. So good.
But they also like St. Louis salads are probably the worst. There's been comedy shows about this. Like, you know,
it's
like
cheese and meat.
Yeah.
It's a pizza in a salad.
Well, and
but the Emo's goddamn salad is the best shit ever.
Rich and Charlie. That's the
Rich
Italian
and Charlie's.
style. Rich and
Charlie's. That
yeah.
fucking that dressing was the best.
It's real simple. It's like what, olive oil, salt and pepper,
crack,
and vinegar. Like,
I mean, apparently
somehow it tastes good.
The Rich and Charlie's fucking dressing was the shit. The Emo's dressing, the Emo salad dressing is the shit.
It's
and
like
then when you put the Provel, and then in the salad, chop up the meats and whatever, throw it in, throw the lettuce in, throw the fucking cheese, the Provel, and fucking.
Oh, Xavier, you know what I forgot?
Mozzarella.
I've had, you know, the Emo's mugs.
Yeah.
The big plastic ones.
Yeah.
And you get free refills if you buy that mug for life. And I keep forgetting it every time I come back, so now I gotta pay.
My kids fucking love like
$1. It's only like $1 anyway, but you know.
Every time my kids are here.
That tonight.
I wonder if they're still open.
Emos?
Yeah, it's 11.
Dude,
we're pushing
on
it.
a Monday.
On a Monday. I keep forgetting it's Monday.
How close to no, but they got the base here, so they probably are open. Right? Fucking Emo sounds good.
I know, dude. Emo sounds real good right now.
Fucking sounds perfect.
Nope, closed.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Closed.
If you're ever in St. Louis, get Emo's Pizza.
Granite City is open until 12. That is a haul.
Yeah, fuck all that.
It's only 18 miles.
You
but
have a
it's like,
designated driver.
No, but it's
we can make Xavier drive.
Go pick it up.
No, he can't drive alone. He's on a permit. Nah, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
We'll do this later. We'll figure this out later. Well, we could go 30 miles into St. Louis.
What happened to Cecil
Hey,
Whitaker's?
Bernsey.
Oh, Cecil Whitaker's Pizzeria. Is that still around?
That's what I was wondering.
Let's look.
So Bernsey, St. Louis puts
CISIO?
Provel, which is a
CE,
white
CE,
cheese.
yeah.
It's not Provel is not short for
CE,
provolone, which I thought forever. Provel, it makes its own white. It's essentially St. Louis Velveeta.
Yeah, it's still a place.
And they mix it with the mozzarella.
Of course, toasted raviolis first on Cecil Whitaker's. Remember Cecil Whitaker's?
Yeah.
Wasn't there one on Macaroni Avenue on the hill? Like somewhere around there on
No, they would not have had a Cecil Whitaker's down on the
They had
hill.
a Fazoli's for a while until the Italians were like,
Yeah.
fast food Italian, not my
Fuck
thing.
that shit. Down there, yeah,
they don't fuck around.
As my dad would, well, I don't want to sell my dad out. There's my dad has
like the Cecil salad. It's like, let's just do a pound of olives.
Yeah. Olives. It's the emos thing too. It's the olives, onion, Parmesan cheese, fucking Provel, and mozzarella.
Let's not dice the onions. Let's just do
no, I like the whole onion.
You like the whole
I like
onion?
the whole onion round. That's the emo style.
I always like
the tomato.
The wedge.
Yeah, just one tomato.
Yeah.
One wedge of tomato.
Going to bed. It's nice
All right, man. Be good. Be good.
All right, love
Good
you.
night. Love you. All right.
Where's Cole? Is he already up?
Yeah.
Did he go up already? Okay.
Come on, babe.
Don't kill MJ.
In his sleep.
Please better watch out.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a hotel tonight.
Oh.
Your people are like threatening.
Yeah,
Take
your
my life.
people, your sons. I think your son just threatened to kill me.
Burns. Yeah,
my
well,
sleep.
it's got more to offer than just that, but yeah.
Oh, in 23 hours. Nice.
What we got here?
He's going to his mom's.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
His mom's
yeah.
from Milan.
Yep.
Even though
AC,
I think
AC
Southern
Milan.
Italian is better, but I mean, all Italian food is fucking good. Even the American version with the, St. Louis is such underrated food. Virginia food kind of sucks in a way compared to like what you can.
It's because it's everybody else's food.
Yeah, like St. Louis.
Does Virginia have a staple? Like I don't even know.
Fish.
Maybe roast beef. Well, the fish.
They get
Oh, no,
some of
no,
the crab cakes, but
crab.
not really.
Yeah,
Virginia ham and
yeah,
there's that chantilly cake.
yeah. We get
That's it.
gooey butter cake, funnel
We got
cake.
gooey butter cake.
Yeah, exactly. This is what I'm saying.
Gooey butter cake, funnel cake, toasted ravioli,
Toasted
Provel.
Yeah, Provel. The sandwiches here are
Help me
fucking
out.
fantastic.
Help me out. The custard.
Ted Drew's.
Ted Drew's.
Yeah. The beauty of St. Louis is that you don't even. It's not just that there's one place.
Yeah.
It's like, hey man, I feel like emos, but I don't really want to go to all the way to emos. You know what? I'm gonna go to Mom's Deli. I mean, first of all, that's a ridiculous analogy. Emos are everywhere, but
Everywhere.
Like,
Yeah.
it's like, okay, I'm gonna go to Mom's Deli, or I'm gonna go to Amaghetti's. Like, there's so many, or I'm gonna go to Joya's. Like, there's so many fucking places.
And
God,
they're all,
I love the food here. I fucking love it.
Even in the modern era, though, it's still like you go in there and it's like things are written on the board, like they don't take credit card. It's like stepping back into like the 70s.
Yeah. St. Louis is great, man. I know it's not likely, but man, you coming back here would be fucking great, dude.
Halfway between Baltimore and Philly. Well, you're not too far, man, from me, like back home.
Did you ever work? No, you weren't at Meade.
Yeah, I
I know
a long
you've
time
been
ago.
there.
Yeah, well, no, a long time ago.
Did you work there too?
With McAfee? Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we ran the program there. I drove from my house to Columbia every day for like 4.5 years before COVID. Yeah.
Ugh, fuck all that.
Yeah,
shit.
it was terrible. Oh, dude, it was fucking terrible.
Dude, working at that mothership was the bullshit. It was a bunch of bullshit. Like, dude, you'd have to park like 1.5 miles of fucking way.
Yeah.
Oh,
People would bring bikes, and like cycle from the parking lot.
When I worked there, I worked on the other side, on the Army side. We had a skiff that was.
Well, that's where my son Cameron is. He's on the Army side.
Dude, it's the best place to be.
The Space Force is mad because
that's right,
he's on
Space
the
Forces.
he's on the Army. It's an Army unit basically.
Yeah.
They do 12-hour shifts.
Is it like a cyber unit kind of thing?
No, more like operations. Yeah, but
okay.
Army does 12-hour shifts because that's normal,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Space Force is like our guardians cannot work 12 hours at a
Our
time.
guardians.
He should talk for a minute.
I should talk for a minute.
You should.
A minute.
What's going on in Nerdville?
It was on.
Hey, anything new with corn?
Anything new with the dork? No.
Wally, how was Columbia back?
So this is
It was
MJ.
cool. Yeah.
I mean, everybody knows MJ, right?
A little bit here and there.
Michael from the chat.
That guy.
That guy.
Mhm.
That guy. So he's a project manager.
I was gonna say, like, it was like my whole goal to watching your stream was just to piss you off. So I just like give you a troll message every like 5 minutes.
Yeah,
And
but
then
he's,
and I double check whenever he's in
super
the cycle.
high,
Yeah,
and
I
like
know.
he doesn't know.
I know.
Half the time I don't. And the truth is too is I don't know.
I mean, like,
I'm also in such a good spot now where I don't really care about that shit. There was definitely a time when that shit would set me the fuck off. Dude, I would just have 3 hours of me yelling at fucking Kaiser or trolls.
Like fight the chat.
Oh my god.
Here comes the chat. I'll fight you.
You can go fuck yourself was my attitude about everything. It was the dumbest. Oh my god.
Well, what's cool is MJ's been a good friend of mine
Yeah.
since the '90s. And like
yeah.
it's like shit happened. He drives down.
Yeah.
4.5 to 5 hours. Stays, takes off of work. Hangs out. Yeah, I got a lot of friends like that here, which is awesome.
I don't mean to make this. I don't want to make it like anything bigger than it is, but no, I feel like it was important. I was glad it worked out and that we could fucking hang out. I mean, especially with what's going on and everything, but just like, I don't know, man. It's just, you guys, it's really hard to explain, but Wally and I just had the funniest fucking like, I can't believe we're on this stage. We're at this level, and it's like you want to get into some shit. Let's just do some shit. And it was like, yeah, fuck yeah, man. Who's paying attention? Just these special in Africa it was wide the fuck open, and so like I don't know. It was just really, but we weren't. I mean, we didn't work Afghanistan together. We were on the same
Team.
the same team and everything. But it just really, it's so funny because you're one of the
we were like
civilians.
individual contributors on a team, which is weird.
Yeah,
That's not normal, really. But
Yeah.
but it kind of is
because we get sent out as singletons, and then you go attached to whoever you're going to be doing targeting for, and that's
Well,
what
if
we
you
were
like
doing.
us, I'd be like, hey man, what's going on? You'd be like, oh, nothing. I haven't showered in weeks. Give me a couple hours.
Yeah,
And it's like, hey, I think this dude's like coming in from like your area. Do you know this guy? He's like, yeah, he's in custody.
The beauty of the program was you had targeting dudes that you could fucking hit up at any point. Like, hey man, this dude's coming from a Ruzgan through fucking blah 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 through here. It's gonna end up in Helmand. What are you tracking this guy? Or I mean, having JSOC targeters helped a ton for me because we did the white soft thing, and so like, but what, a quarter of the team? However many people on the program were JSOC targeters, so it's
Probably
like
20.
Yeah, like
20%
20%
at a time, probably.
Yeah, so like whatever, and so like, but we had a guy like the SOTIF, the Special Operations Task Force West, the SOTIF commander didn't want the team. I was living with the team in Baghdis and Dari Boom. He didn't want the team to go hit this dude. But like we had everything. We're like,
why? It just, he was worried about like,
dude, it was 2011. It was 2011, and so like people were just, the commanders were a little bit tentative unless you were.
It started in
task
2010.
force.
Like the captain, I'm not gonna say his name. I think he's still working somewhere in the industry, but he was like, "Hey, Wally, we are not targeting people anymore." And I'm like, and he's like, got me? And he wasn't being mean. He was just being like, hey, we're not targeting anymore. And I'm like, okay, cool.
So what we would do
like
is
level 1 con-ups for the guys.
That's what I was going to say.
Walk to like a house,
Yeah,
and then turn around there.
Yeah, we get a five dub or a level 1 con-op to be like, hey man, we're just going to be happening to be by this fucking target, because then we could, because to give you guys an idea, is like we could really, like they had a new mortar system that came into. I was in Helmet. I was in Upper Sanguine River Valley in this village called Pouze, and a source came in and was like,
"What village was it?
Pouze.
You sure?"
Fuck Pouze.
Okay.
We're getting fucked at Pouze. That was been a something jumped off and we were going, and I didn't have like before I put everything on or whatever. I had it's with my shirt off, holding the weapon. I'm like, take a picture of me, and my buddy was like, Jeff, what the fuck is wrong with you? And he's like, take one of me.
Where'd the sleeves go on your shirt?
No, he's like, Jesus Christ, dude, take a picture. And I'm like, take a picture. He's like, no, take one of me. And then we went and got in it. I was like, fucking shirtless goddamn gunfight. Fucking
your hot or not score would have been like 7.5.
That place was off the chain, dude. We had to fucking we had to put water out of the well to just wash clothes or whatever, and then shit in the wag bag, all that shit, like shit in wag bags.
That's how Delaram got my last deployment. Delaram, it was before I got to Leatherneck. They're like, hey, by the way, they put out like a base wide message, and they're like, by the way, the bathrooms are leaving at 0800 tomorrow morning. We're like, where are they going? Like, and why? Why would you get rid of the bathrooms first? And then they got rid of the chow hall second. I'm like, so we're just like shitting in bags and eating MREs, like, and then they took away the showers, and then they took away the laundry.
That's
like,
hilarious.
So we didn't have wells; we had bottled water, and I'm like, oh, great.
No, we couldn't. Well, I mean, we drank bottled water.
Well, they drank bottled water. Yeah. Well, I mean,
I can still only drink bottled water now. I don't like tap water. I can't drink it.
That was
I have
not
a weird
our
thing
bottled
with
water either. That was like, it's been in 110-degree sunlight for like weeks.
Yeah,
and it was
no
ice,
hot water. Well, dude, in the village, this is what's crazy about Pouze.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, we had no running water.
Mm-hmm.
We had nothing there. But they had flown in a fucking ice cooler. Dude, we had ice cream and put the water. We'd freeze the water.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the team did. I shouldn't say we. I wasn't. I was just there as an attachment, but I was there for months with them. But so they would. It was fucking great, dude. To have the fucking ice. It was, dude. I watched a fucking Cubs Cardinals game.
From the cooler?
No, not from the cooler, but because they had the satellite shit,
yeah.
and then so they got ESPN. And
Okay.
we would get some channels that we could watch.
Tell me, what was that military network? AFN?
AFN,
oh,
yeah.
God. Army.
Our Armed Forces Network.
Armed Forces.
Burnsy's got some great AFN.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that watching a Cubs Cards game in the middle of this fucking place, and we were gunfighting every day.
Right.
That place was fucking off. Dude, and targeting down there was get them. I mean, the truth is we were trying to build something else too, but
with the level 1 Conaps, one of the 18 Fox who was with the Commando Kandak at Simmons, right outside of like Camp Brown. Then you got CAF, and then we had to.
I'm not gonna know. I get it. Yeah,
you had to go like 35 minutes off base to get to the Commando Kandak, right?
Yeah.
So we drive there all the time, and then
it's like the worst.
When I know it, right? Mm-hmm. When I came back there, the next deployment, apparently we weren't supposed to be just like driving around Kandahar with like a bunch of Green Berets and shit, And they were like, "Wally, you're doing such a good job." Like you were working in the gray and really the black, but they were just like, "Yeah, just let Wally do his thing. He's making us look great." The same with you, and then Adam. Obviously,
oh yeah, that's right. Adam Presley. Yeah. Adam was dude. The Marsoc dudes loved Adam.
When
loved
Adam
that
was getting,
he went out to fucking Hollywood, and he's working sets.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he got hooked up with some fucking Hollywood ass shit. He was getting
geared up in my room one time. He was at CAF or something, and he was getting ready to like either fly or drive out. And I knew my gear. I'm already like a kind of a seasoned combat
That's
veteran.
not the best. There you go.
Oh no, it's not. Of course, it's not the best.
Yeah, I didn't want my penis out.
Oh, whoa,
whoa. Excuse me.
Yeah, excuse me. Pardon me. You know what they say about Italians? Yeah. But yeah, dude, he was putting on. He started with like he had gear that I hadn't seen, and he's like putting on his undershirt, like the long sleeve fire stuff that was kind of new. Like it's like a rash guard, but it's actually the fireproof stuff. Then he put on like the low profile bulletproof vest, not like the SEAL ones, but like a cop would wear. Maybe.
Yeah.
And then he put on his hard plates and stuff. And I was like, and then he like didn't have his mag pouches attached to the plate carrier.
Yeah.
He had a separate like LBV, and I'm like, that's interesting. And I was thinking about it for a while. I'm like, that really does make a ton of sense. Like now that I think about it, right?
He was just a Texas boy that was.
He was like not trying to get killed.
Not smart, and then stayed out there for a year and
and he had the fireproof Kevlar underwear, and it was
did he?
It was was it Kevlar? What's the soft material that's shrapnel proof?
Yeah,
our nut protectors were made of it. You know, the triangle ones?
Yeah. Was that Kevlar or was that fucking...
It's not Gore-Tex. I was wanting to say...
No, it's not Gore-Tex. It's definitely not Gore-Tex.
Gore-Tex is like
a weatherproofing.
They make they make coats out of it.
Yeah, right? Exactly. Yeah. Nomex. Nomex, not Gore-Tex.
Well, that's the flight suit. The flight suits were Nomex.
Yeah,
Nomex.
Yeah, and their gloves.
I have one here. It doesn't... I can't fucking fit into it. But you know.
Adam would walk around. Adam was literally the Josh Brolin character. Like it from the Sicario, he would walk around in fucking flip flop. I'm like, oh my god, they just stole Adam's fucking thing. He'd walk around in fucking shorts and flip flops, just targeting the living dog shit out of dudes. And his dudes always fucking
also a redhead.
Oh, that redhead bitch was fucking.
Dude, think about how bad it would have been to just fry in that country.
Ugh.
Like he cooked. He had to just cook.
Well, he'd sit.
Well, we had Vibram 5 fingers. It wasn't much worse than the flip flops.
Yeah,
like the Green Berets are like, you're not wearing Vibram 5 fingers. I'm like, I don't even know what those are. And then they showed me a picture. I'm like, I'm never
those
buying
were
one.
Huge at the time.
And they're like, you're buying a pair.
I wore Crocs. Honestly,
I didn't even know Crocs existed, man.
I wore Crocs. If I was on a base or whatever, if I wasn't doing like if it was during the day, like a normal day, I would throw boots on because you don't know what the fuck. Dude, the rotation after I fucking left Pouze, Hellman, a dude he was an Alpha company with me at not with whatever, a battalion, a recon battalion. I just gotten out of BRC or Mojit, and he was Jeske, right? His name was Ryan Jeske, and he was a fucking stud, and he got killed on they infiltrated the little group, you know, the little, like we had a couple security guys. Normally it was the mortarmen. There would be a mortar platoon. Like obviously, I mean, I'm talking to you, but you know, a mortar platoon on these VSPs on these village stability platforms. And they snuck a dude into this thing, and he got killed in the fucking talk. It was bad juju, dude. Bad juju. But so that place, like I'm saying, there was gunfights constantly at that fucking place. So I would wear boots, but to that one, but like everywhere else, I was just in Crocs. I was in like those things ended up being fucking great.
And I don't know how like Herat was in general, but like on CAF, when we left our base to go to like, you know, like boardwalk or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, and I had a giant beard, you know, and like we have the gear, and we're obviously not normal, quote unquote, soldiers, right? Somebody be
I mean, we're civilians.
Well, but yeah, and then somebody be like, "Where's your PT belt?" I'm like,
"Suck a dick,"
and I'm like, "It's sir to you," and no, and they're like,
"I would never do that."
And they would just turn around, and they'd be like, "You handle this one, Wally. You're an asshole," you know. They're like, we have consequences. You're a civilian, you know.
Were they doing the armband? When were they doing the armband? Was that
so? I thought he was talking about like something different, but then it hit me. Yeah, we had the armband or
the Todd wear. Todd always wear. Todd on his live streams. I know you got other shit going on, so you haven't been paying attention. This motherfucker wears
his ID holder.
Yeah, his ID card holder on his arm.
Dude,
were they doing that back with the 2011?
We had them, but we had them here.
Well, I'm saying like, yeah. I mean, but yeah, no. I mean, the only person people would wear it up here is if you're gay.
Well, but they also like people. It was just a thing to put your iPod in to run with.
Yeah, right. And then
right, like.
But I'm trying to think of like that was kind of that era, right?
Well, we still had lanyards. Like,
yeah,
but we mostly wore we had our thing and a lanyard, and that was it. Like. because they didn't want to like. There was so much going on. They didn't want to complicate shit, and they just like Colonel Riga would be like, "All of you are exempt from this bullshit." Like, thanks, man. Dude, fuck, crazy times, man. I wish I could go back with what I know now.
Well,
I don't know much more, but that little, let's say that 10% extra skills I got.
yeah.
Would
You know
have
what I
made
think
a
about?
big
You know what I think
difference.
about now is because I don't want to. But I think I'm like, man, if I had the zen that I feel now,
Mhm.
and I could apply it like as a younger dude,
Yeah.
I could have got further faster.
Mhm.
And I loved partying. I fucking just loved I loved that aspect of the Marine Corps and the military.
Mhm.
I just love the fucking part. We're shooting dudes and drinking fucking beers,
Right.
fighting motherfuckers and fucking pussy. Like it was just the fucking best. And I really love that aspect of it. But I do think about like, and I tell my son like, because he's like, I'm like, set your goal and go for it.
Mhm.
Like, have fun, but
Don't worry about things like, is boot camp going to be hard? Am I prepared enough? It's like you're never going to be prepared enough. If you're going to do it, do it. Right?
I mean, bottom line, that's it with any selection process. Just do it.
Just do it.
You're gonna fucking. I failed the fucking recon indoc twice before I passed on my third
But
time.
you should already be in good enough shape to do it.
Well, I mean, that's
base
what
level, right?
Yes,
like in theory,
But dudes would overthink their shit. Self-select. They would self-select themselves.
Mhm.
It's like, I'm not good enough. Oh, I don't think they're, because like, at some of these schools, they don't tell you shit, obviously. They're just like, you make it or you don't. This dude's gone.
Well, just like the Green Berets have, the Marine Corps has, like for a lot of these kind of B billet courses that are pretty tough, they have a board.
Yeah.
You live off the board. You have to. If they tell you to be in formation by 7, you're in formation by 6:45.
All you gotta do is just be in the right place at the right time in the right uniform.
If you have a little notepad, because we couldn't carry cell phones, right? You have a little notepad, write down what's on the fucking board, and read it though. Like some people just like skim over it. It's like, no, that board is your life. Like read it, take note, and then do what the board tells you to do, or
do what the board tells you to do,
or leave. And then, hey, by the way,
obey the board.
Do what the board tells you to do, but check the board because the board changes its mind all the time.
Yeah, dude. At MSG school, the embassy.
Where
duty,
is that, by the way?
Quantico.
Okay. All
right. It was so they've changed how they've done it. When I went through, they told you the rules. They briefed you and they said, these are the rules. If you break these rules, you're gone.
Yep.
When my buddy went through about 3 years after I did, he was like, dude, they ran it like boot camp. It was bullshit.
Really?
Dude, for us, it was like, show up here in PT gear. Run as fast as you can, push up, whatever. Yeah. Do your shit. These places are off limits. If you would write down, and they want you to treat it like you're at the embassy, so you'd have to log out. Hey, I'm going to this place
to get you used to that.
Yeah, to get you used to it. And like people would want to go drink beer. They didn't say you couldn't drink beer, and so they would just give you enough rope. And then, dude, we had 50% people fucking drop.
Really?
Not drop, get kicked. I mean, total. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they were like, "Yeah, your class is actually your attrition rate was actually a little low. Mm-hmm. Like you guys had a bunch of people pass." Like it was crazy. It would mind fuck the dog shit out of people because they were like, I think they got our rooms bugged because you're in the barracks. Because Quantico barracks are weird. They're not like, I mean, these ones were.
Like when I was at
you
Quantico,
live in the school
was just like Quonset huts.
Well, for you, yeah. So for embassy. For this thing, sorry.
Was it like the big buildings that had
No, it was just 2 stories.
The H building or the T building?
Yeah, it was like it was like yes, it was the H. It was like an H thing. And there was only just one floor.
One for
or
barracks,
maybe
one
2
for like admin
school, schoolhouse and shit.
Okay. So they were on you at all times.
That's what and then they were like and they just let you believe whatever you wanted to believe.
Do you know where Upshur is on base on Quantico? Okay, then like MCIA.
Yeah.
Where would that school be on the base compared to like because
to where I was at?
MCIA is kind of in the middle, or
We were on the north, and we were kind of by the PX. We were right next to Q-Town.
okay.
We could
Oh, so
walk
not
from
far
the
from MCIA.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we. I feel like you guys were a bit further away.
Not really.
No?
No, Upshur was far away, but MCIA was close.
Yeah, it's so
Yeah.
weird, man. You get so into your little bubble of what you're doing.
I know.
And
That's
we're-
why I don't know anything about Quantico other than Q-Town.
I don't fucking know shit about it.
And the
Do you ever
shitty-
go to the command post?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
where they had the shellacked
Yeah.
the Marine Corps shit. Oh, that was Quantico, dude. That made me feel like I was going into like a movie set. And like
Right.
I was there in 95, right? Yeah,
It was still there in 09.
95. And it was so cool to be there. Q-Town was
And
cool.
still,
I like
my
Q-Town.
guys who are still in from St. Louis, who originally like were in St. Louis as Marines, whenever they come to Quantico, because they're master sergeants and sergeant majors and gunnies now, like they're like, "Hey, Wally, you and Irwin still in Northern Virginia?" I'm like, "Yeah." They're like, "You want to have lunch?" It's like, yeah.
Nice.
It's so weird. They're like, "Dude, this place is crazy." I'm like, "Dude, really? Like, go to the PX without your shirt that's not supposed to be tucked in. It's preposterous in a lot of ways."
Quantico?
Yeah, but you'll be like
It
we
was
had
buttoned up. As far as what he's talking about is as far as the posts go, or bases or whatever.
It's extreme about being a Marine.
Yeah, it's very.
So
they take being a
standards
Marine
very seriously.
and an East Coast Marine specifically.
Yeah.
They had a standard of East Coast Marine that they really want to. There's no flip flops. There's no fucking yeah.
No, it's not Cali at all.
And Cali, and then training in Hawaii. We trained in Hawaii for a month, and you could wear shower shoes to the fucking PX. It was crazy. We were like, holy shit.
On at least a few occasions, we had to go up to DC for like a day to do something like at the Pentagon or 8th and I.
Yeah.
And like we got to a spot and then we took the train in. And like I'm like a corporal and I'm like sitting across from like 2 4-star Marine generals and I'm just like, what the fuck is going on here?
DC is yeah. I love DC.
It's crazy like that.
I loved it. I love St. Louis now. I loved DC. I loved being in that. I loved being in that mix. I don't know how you still. I don't know, but
I mean, I'm down there so much now with just Uber. It's changed my perspective quite a bit. Like, I realized that like Illinois country roads aren't the best. The country roads here, 9,000 times better than Maryland's main roads.
Yeah. The only thing down here is just they don't light anything. I wish they lit. Or no,
nothing's lit.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's true. Yeah. Are we on nuclear here?
What power?
Are we? No.
All right.
Show.
Yeah.
Right.
It's getting late, so we should wrap it up. Let's start with you.
I'm rapping.
Oh, you're a rapper,
right? No, Josh took me out. That's the problem today.
The joint.
Yeah,
dude, I'm telling you, smoking some fucking
I've been
Gennari weed
like 4 waters. I'm just still not there.
Seriously, we came back, smoked this joint. You got fucking out. That thing, but by the way, it got me. There's no, it's not. It got to me too for a bit. I was like, holy!
If it got him, it's
Jesus.
Yeah, I'm flipping out, dude. I'm gonna go kill someone.
You're like, literally, I am freaking out.
It's weed.
Like, I'm having a full-blown anxiety attack right now.
I've been thinking of like 50 things in my head every like 5 seconds. You guys are talking, and I'm like, okay, which one of these is going to be the thought I want to process?
Do you got anything you want? You got anything you want to say though before we close?
No,
all good.
I'm going to stay quiet again.
Go City.
Yeah, go City.
Yeah, they're
go Cards, go City, go Battle Hawks.
I got nothing really to say. I'll be heading back in on Wednesday, and
I'll be heading home to Stella,
right? To his main lady,
to my main bitch.
she snores at night.
Oh my god, my bitch snores at night. That bitch.
But listen, everybody, thanks for tuning in. This is a little impromptu, but we're hanging out. We took advantage.
This was fucking great, man. So. This was fucking perfect. This was great. I'm just glad. I'm just glad, man.
It's awesome to like have people on in person because obviously none of us are friends. Obviously, we're just internet people looking for clout and like
Looking for
donations.
clout. Hey, they over there, fake exposing, this for clout.
But
I mean, I could put out my channel. It's just cat videos. At this
Oh.
point, so, yeah.
But I am. Let me see here. Oh, that's generally specific, not me. I'm like, where am I at? I think I'm 10 away from monetizing.
Oh, hey, so I'll push it. I'll push it for
Yeah,
mine.
I'm 11 away.
Oh, nice. Let's get Wally sub. Please sub to Wally. I'll push it. I'll push it too. This will be a fun. This is had a good time doing this, man.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, it's it's a bummer that the reason that we're here, but hey, man, there's positive in everything.
Hey, positive and everything.
Mhm.
So,
Yep.
But
Yeah,
listen,
man.
everybody, thanks for tuning in. Really appreciate your time, and we'll hit you up later in the week and have some fun. If you got any ideas, stuff, shoot me an email. We'll talk to you later.
Yeah, bye.
Bye. Yeah, bye.
Later.